Hey there, this is Lula LV. Today I'm going to share with you 4 luxury brands that are on my radar that I think are going to be really popular this year, and I bet you 2 of them you've never even heard of. We're actually going to start out with an honorable mention, and this particular brand is an honorable mention because it is a brand new company that was just launched in 2020. It is high-end designer, but I don't know if we can exactly call it a luxury brand quite yet. And that brand I'm referring to, which I bet you've never heard of, is Savette. They launched with, I believe, 3 bags in their lineup: the Symmetry Pochette, as well as the Tondo. These bags are, in my opinion, very reminiscent aesthetically of Hermes, but at a fraction of the price point. Their bags start at only around $1,000, and they do have one accessory so far that's available, a belt priced at under $400, so very accessible price-wise compared to the higher-end luxury brands. However, this brand is also available not only through their own website, but other retailers such as Bergdorf Goodman. So you can purchase one of their items through another retailer where you may receive a discount or perhaps some loyalty points, and you can get their products at a discount through another retailer such as Bergdorf. So I think you can get their products at a pretty good deal depending on where you purchase them from. As I said earlier, Savette's designs have the minimalist aesthetic similar to Hermes, as well as other luxury brands such as Loewe or Old Celine. So I think a lot of people who appreciate those brands and are looking for new designers and new brands to explore will appreciate the design aesthetics of Savette. Savette was founded by the designer Amy Zurich, who has previously been affiliated with Coach, The Row, as well as Kate. Savette's offerings currently include 8 bags as well as a belt. All of their bags are handcrafted. They do specifically say that their items are handmade out of leather, suede, or lizard if you're into exotics. I currently only see one item available in lizard on their website. It is the Symmetry Pochette, priced at $2,750. Under $3,000 for an exotic bag is a really great price. I've yet to personally experience the leather and craftsmanship of Savette products. However, they are on my wish list for 2023. I am planning to buy either their belt or a bag from their lineup this year, and if the quality and craftsmanship lives up to expectations, I think we will be seeing a lot more of this brand this year. And I do have a feeling that Savette will live up to expectations for 2 reasons. Number 1 is their relative transparency about the supply chain. When I reached out to Savette for more information, first of all, I received a very prompt reply to my email, which in and of itself was phenomenal. But the representative who answered my questions did confirm that their products are handmade in a family-run factory just outside of Florence, Italy. So they are handcrafted in Italy. The company is based and does their design work in New York in the United States. And the representative also confirmed that all of their materials, their leathers, are sourced from tanneries in Italy as well as Spain. So they are pretty transparent about where their materials come from, where they are crafted, where the design work is done. Typically, I find that when a company is very transparent about the supply chain of their products, they tend to be of higher quality and have more higher ethical standards. The second reason why I think Savette's bags will live up to expectations in terms of quality and craftsmanship is the fact that all of their bags are fully leather lined. Their calf leather bags are 100% lined in calf leather. Their lizard bags, as I mentioned earlier, are fully leather lined in calf leather as well. The quality on the inside is where you can really tell how much they've invested in quality materials and craftsmanship, because the inside of the product is where quality and craftsmanship will be skimped on in order to save on costs. So the fact that these are all fully leather lined, which you don't even see in every high-end luxury retailer these days, such as Louis Vuitton, a lot of their bags are not fully leather lined. The fact that Savette does this tells me that we can probably expect a high quality of craftsmanship from their products. I'm really interested in purchasing one of their items this year, trying it out and reporting to you what I think of their products. If Savette's a new brand to you, if you've never heard of them before, leave a star emoji in the comments below and let me know if you're interested in this brand. This is Lula LV. Welcome to my channel if you're new or if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for coming back again. On this channel, we talk mostly about Louis Vuitton and luxury designer handbags, but we do occasionally talk about contemporary designers and other luxuries like premium beauty. If you like any of those topics, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel and join this community. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Now on to brand number 2, and this is one that I'm sure you've heard of before. It is Ferragamo. Ferragamo is one of my favorite brands. I think they are extremely underrated in the luxury community. The quality of their products are exceptional, but we rarely hear about Ferragamo as a luxury hot topic. But I think all of that is about to change this year in 2023 because the house is undergoing a transformation. Early last year, in March 2022, Ferragamo appointed the 27, I think he was even 26 at the time, year-old designer Maximilian Davis as their new creative director. His first collection for Ferragamo, Women's Spring 23 ready-to-wear, debuted this past September at Milan Fashion Week. In his first runway show for Ferragamo, Davis used impeccable tailoring to create really subtly sensuous looks that were edgy yet glamorous at the same time. It was the perfect way to take the heart and soul of Ferragamo and modernize it and make it relevant to 2023. When discussing his approach to this collection, this is what Davis was quoted as saying: "It was about looking into the archive and establishing what could be redefined to become relevant for today. I wanted to pay tribute to Salvatore's start by bringing in the culture of Hollywood, but new Hollywood." If you're not familiar with the history of Ferragamo, their founder, designer, Salvatore Ferragamo, first got his start as a shoemaker in, I think, either the 1930s or 1940s. In Hollywood, he was known as a shoemaker to the stars. Fun fact, the very famous photo of Marilyn Monroe standing over the grate on the sidewalk with her skirt flying up in the air, she is wearing a pair of Ferragamo shoes in that photograph. And by the 1950s, Ferragamo was known for outfitting a lot of the Hollywood stars. And this is where I think Maximilian Davis is the perfect fit to revitalize the Ferragamo brand. Before he was hired as the creative director at Ferragamo, he was an up-and-coming designer and had his own label, which was favored by stars, including Kim Kardashian and Rihanna. So I think he has that experience of dressing new Hollywood, new stars, and not just Hollywood, but also music stars. So I think he will bring all of that star power to Ferragamo, and I think we'll be seeing a lot of really phenomenal looks from the house this year. The next brand on my hot list to watch is Burberry. And that is, again, because of their new creative director in September of 2022. They hired Daniel Lee to head up the creative vision of the brand. He will be unveiling his very first collection for Burberry next month, I believe on or around February 20th. Daniel Lee is most recently known for reviving the house of Bottega Veneta to one of the hottest luxury brands. According to the List Index, which is a quarterly report that ranks the hottest luxury and designer brands as well as trends, and prior to Daniel Lee joining Bottega, they were ranked as number 37 on the List Index of the hottest luxury brands. By the time Daniel Lee left in 2021, Bottega was number 10. So that is an incredible climb in only 3 years. In terms of handbags, he's responsible for some of the hottest it bags of the last few years, including the Jody, the pouch, as well as the cassette. So if we take his accomplishments at Bottega as any indication of what he is capable of, I think we're going to be seeing some really phenomenal looks coming from Burberry this year, and I think we're going to be hearing a lot more talk about the brand in 2023 and over the next few years. And I'm also really excited to see the looks that Daniel Lee will bring to Burberry and what his vision is for the brand, because as we all know, Burberry is a heritage British brand. Daniel Lee is of course British as well, so this is sort of a homecoming for him, and I'm really excited to see what will be coming from Daniel Lee at Burberry. The final brand on my list is also the oldest brand and probably the second one that you've never heard of before. It is Joseph Duclos. If you've never heard of this brand, leave a blue heart emoji in the comments. Joseph Duclos is a very old heritage French brand. It was actually founded in 1754 as the Royal Leather Manufacturer. What sets Joseph Duclos apart from a lot of other luxury brands these days is that their bags are all 100% handcrafted. Ramesh Nair is the relatively new creative director at Joseph Duclos. I believe he joined them in either 2020 or 2021, and I think he is an incredible designer. I'm going to talk a little bit about his history as a designer. I do also have all of my sources linked below, so if you're interested in learning more about any of these brands or designers I've mentioned, do check the description box below. Prior to joining Joseph Duclos, Ramesh Nair was the creative director at Moynat for I think about 10 years, from 2010 to 2020. And during that time, he was known for reviving Moynat from a dormant brand. And I think he's going to be doing the same thing at Joseph Duclos. He has a really keen eye for design. Not only design, but also the really intricate details that go into all of his designs. Interestingly enough, Joseph Duclos has one physical store, and it's in Paris on the Rue Faubourg Saint-Honoré, which of course is the location of the Hermès mothership, their FSH store. Joseph Duclos is, I believe, only a few doors down or maybe a block or two away from Hermès. And prior to Moynat, Ramesh Nair was a women's designer at Hermès, and I learned, interestingly enough, was an assistant designer to Martin Margiela, who of course founded the house Maison Margiela, and he was also assistant designer to Jean-Paul Gaultier. So I think he's going to bring his design experience and expertise and eye for quality from Hermes, as well as his experience reviving brands at Moynat, and bring those together at Joseph Duclos. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot from this brand. If we're going to continue the Hermes comparison, the Birkin of Joseph Duclos is their Diane bag. When you look at it straight on from the front, at first glance, it may appear like any other luxury bag. I have heard people say that style-wise, it is a bit reminiscent of the Celine 16. However, when you turn the bag around, you see this gorgeous engraved brass jewelry. I think they call it their bag jewelry that goes all the way across both sides and the bottom of the bag. You also see this gorgeous, intricate, really unique clasp. Joseph Duclos bags are also very expensive and I think relatively hard to get. You have to either go to the Paris store or you can buy an item from their website. They only sell through their website, no other retailers. And even on their website, you cannot buy their Diane bag. You can buy all of their other bags and accessories, but the Diane bag does not have any add to cart option. For the Diane, you have to schedule a virtual appointment with one of their advisors to speak with them, and then you can order the bag. In addition to exclusivity, the brand places a huge emphasis on the craftsmanship of their bags. If you look at the product page, you will see an incredible amount of detail regarding how the items are made, exactly what materials are used, what techniques they use, and this attention to the materials and the craftsmanship, again, I think will really appeal to the Hermes shopper. So I can see a lot of people moving from Hermes who are just looking for new brands to explore be very, very interested in Joseph Duclos. Comment below, let me know what you think of these brands that I have on my radar. Of course, by no means this is a comprehensive list whatsoever. I'm only talking about 4 brands out of hundreds. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribed for future videos. I put out new videos every Wednesday and Friday. I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.